Welcome to our live workouts. For the next 10 or 15 minutes, we'll be focusing on the gentle ranges of motion that are going to get you feeling good to begin your day. Remember to join us daily at 8 a.m. Pacific time here on YouTube. Make sure to follow my channel to get all those notifications and start your day right. So without further ado, let's get into the workout. All right, here we go, working on some hip stability first. Monday. We've got to make sure we dust off the weekend here. So let's start with some glute bridges. We're going hips up and down here. Knees are bent, feet on the floor. If your back is tight and you don't want to go into an active one right away, just do glute contractions. And in that case, you would just squeeze your glutes and release. Just engage those muscles and release. Or you can do a small lift, or you can go all the way up. Try to relax your breathing. Keep the abs relaxed right here. No need to engage the front of your abs in this one. We can keep them soft, but we will in the next exercise. We're actually going to alternate between engaging the front of the body and then the back of the body in partnerships here. So we have 5 more seconds, and then we got full range of motion crunches here, hands behind the head. We're going to start by arching the lower back. Take a big deep breath in. So there's a big enough arch where you could reach your hand behind your lower back. And then you're going to flatten your lower back, breathe out, and then crunch. So your lower back is flat as we crunch up. And then breathe in as you lower back down. So breathe in, arch the back. Breathe out, flatten the back, and crunch. And then start to breathe in again as you lower back down. Let's do 30 more seconds. So try to make sure your lower back is flat before you crunch. Synchronize this with your breathing. Good, and rest. Lower it back down. Let's give the lower body a quick break. We're gonna do elbow curls. Curl your fingers here, so fingertips on the palms. Touch your knuckles to the side of your head. Bring the elbows back, and then bring the elbows forward. So this one should feel very relaxing on the upper back. Sometimes if we're stiff, especially if we're doing this early morning or maybe even at the end of a long day sitting, if you go to lie down on the floor, sometimes if your back is tight, even just doing that feels like a lot. Like it takes a minute or so to let the spine and the rib cage open up. So if that's the case, this is going to help you with that. About 10 more seconds here. And then up next, let's do goal post. Now, optional if you want to add a light weight here, 2 light weights, I'll grab these 5-pounders, bring the elbows out to the side, rotate your hands down to the floor, and then rotate back up. Rotate down and back up. So again, no need to use the abs here. The abs are relaxed. Opening up the shoulders, the rotator cuff. Okay, from here, touch the hands to the floor. Hold them there. You can keep the weights here if you want, or drop the weights and do this with no weight. Floor glides, coming up and down. So back of the hands are on the floor, elbows on the floor. Trying to keep the elbows at about 90 degrees. And good. Let's extend the arms out in front, and we'll do tricep extension. So in this one, we're going to go a little bit light. We will be doing these toward the end of the workout, about 30 minutes in. If you're joining us on the live preview, you won't be getting that workout, that portion of the workout. But if you want to try it out 30 days for free, just go to healthintherealworld.com. You can get a 30-day trial of the full workout. Otherwise, you'll be doing just 10 or 15 minutes today. All right, and then from here, straighten out the elbows, bring the dumbbells together, and we're going straight overhead and then back to the start. So all the way up overhead and then back to the start. Again, you have the option here to go heavier if you want, but just know that we will be doing this again toward the end of the workout. So you can use this more as a way to just open up the shoulders if you like here. Okay, and rest. Let's go to our side. Keep one of the weights. You can put the other weight to the side. And let's hit the rotator cuff here. So this is a double exercise here. So I'm going to hit the external rotator of the shoulder, external rotator of the hip. And we're going to do it like this. A little bit unorthodox, but we go here. And actually, the next one that we're going to do is a new one for you guys. So right now, we're getting the external rotation. So that femur in the hip socket, and then also that upper arm, that humerus in the shoulder socket, both rotating externally. So remember that, because now we're about to go internally. So we don't need to move our torso though. Grab onto the weight with your bottom hand. Bring the elbow right to the front of your rib cage here. You're almost laying on it. And then we're not going to do a bicep curl so much as we're rotating from the shoulder, and we're going to lift up the foot. So see how I'm internally rotating the shoulder, internally rotating the hip. Right there. And we'll reset the clock, 30 seconds. So a little bit different here. A little unorthodox, but it's targeting right there deep in the shoulder. Very good for overall shoulder health. Same thing with the hip. That pelvis is going to be that foundation for the entire spine. So we want to make sure it's active and awake, all those muscles. And then before we switch sides, let's go ahead and drop that weight. Let's bring the top leg forward, bottom leg back, and we'll take that top arm into some big arm circles here. Ten more seconds, and then we'll switch to the other direction, same arm. Let's go ahead and do that now. Same arm, other direction. Ten seconds. And we actually have one more exercise here. Let's do an upper spinal floor twist. So optional if you want to use the weight to add a little resistance, but we're going 90-90 here with the legs. So 90 at the knee, 90 at the hip. Take that top weight if you are using a weight up and over. Or again, you can do this one without a weight. And stabilize your knees with your hand. And then just let the weight of your arm twist your torso. Whether it's just your arm, or if you have the arm with the dumbbell at the end, using that weight to give you that nice, almost like a traction, like that twist. If you get a little adjustment in your back, that's not necessarily the goal, but that might happen. So I might get that little pop. If it doesn't hurt, that's usually okay. About 20 more seconds here, 20 seconds. So try to relax your breathing. Big deep breath in. Notice you create a little tension, a little bit of pressure. And then as you breathe out, that's when you release a little bit more. And slowly close it up. Okay, we're going to do that same long sequence on the other side. Good. All right, so we're starting with rotator cuff on the top arm, and remember this is an external rotation, so we're going to do that same external rotation with the hip, which means lifting the knee. So we're working those stabilizers of the shoulder and the hip. That hip is going to form that foundation for the back. The stronger your pelvis is, the more of a foundation you have for that spine. And you could say the same with the shoulders and the neck. So the shoulders kind of form the foundation of the neck. If you have any neck tightness, you want to start thinking about strengthening your shoulders. Okay, go ahead and rest. That was external rotation. Now we got the internal. We're going to do the bottom arm. Pull the elbow in toward the rib cage. You're almost laying on top of it. And then this one, again, it's not a bicep curl. It's a shoulder internal rotation. So we're rotating the top arm internal, and we're going to do the same with the leg. So we're lifting up the foot. So internal rotation of the arm in the shoulder socket, internal rotation of the femur, the leg, in the hip socket. 15 seconds. So a nice little sequence that we can do just back to back to back on our side without having to do too many switches. We can just go one from one to the next to the next. Let's do arm circles. Top leg forward, bottom leg back. Big circle here. We'll do 30 seconds each direction, and then we have the upper spinal floor twist next. Okay, let's go ahead and switch directions. We have one more exercise here. Let's do upper spinal floor twist. Again, 90-90 with your legs, so knee and hip. And then you can either open up like this, or you can grab that weight and open up. Hold on to the knees if you like. And just let the weight of the arm slowly pull you down. You might notice this is tighter than the other side, or maybe it's a little bit looser. Either way, just don't force it. Let gravity do the work. We'll go a full minute here. So the way to get into this exercise more is actually through relaxation. So the more you can let those little baby muscles relax in between the vertebrae, those little muscles there. There's also some larger back muscles that run the whole span of your spine. Inhale, breathe deep in, let it out, and relax. Good. Almost done. Big deep breath in, create that internal pressure in the rib cage, and let it out. Just a couple more. Big deep breath and close it up. All right. Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. All right, guys, let's go. Hands and knees. We got cats and dogs. Cats and dogs. All right. So right here, letting the abdomen drop down toward the floor, squeezing the shoulder blades together, looking up, and then switching. So when we push the spine up toward the ceiling, we're squeezing the abs, we're dropping the head. Try to synchronize this with your breathing if you can. So breathe in here, breathe out here. Really important to try to synchronize this with the breath. Anytime we do a twist, like we just did, really important for that back to start unwinding here. This is a very good exercise to start opening up all those little movements in the spine. All right, good. Okay, guys, let's go face down here. We're going to stretch out the quad a little bit, form that foundation of the lower body. Squeeze the glutes, push your hips down to the floor. Squeeze your abs, flatten out that lower back. Good, just let that settle in. pushing the front of your hips down into the floor. So you're making it a little bit active. And good. Go ahead and release. And switch sides. Switch sides. Squeezing the glutes tight, pushing your hips down to the floor, and then also squeeze your abs to flatten out that lower back. So you'll notice when you are not active, your back arches like this. It's not as big of a stretch. When you get active and engaged with the glutes, that's when you get that stretch. All right, good. Okay, release that foot. Let's have a seat back on the heels into a child's pose. We're gonna make this one active. So sit back here, reach the arms out in front. We're gonna go from this position into the cobra position, bringing your hips down and then bringing your hips back. So nice and easy. We'll go about 30 more seconds. All the way back, have a seat, and then bring it all the way forward. Go at your own speed and at your own range of motion. Nice, just breathing. Last 10 seconds. Good. All right, let's do another set of cats and dogs. Hopefully a little bit easier this time. Just right here. All right, those of you joining us for the live preview, thanks again so much for joining us. You have the option if you want to try a 30-day trial of the full workout. That's what we're going to continue doing for about the next 35 minutes. And until then, if you want to join us Wednesday, welcome on Wednesday. See y'all next time. As we wrap up this empowering session, I hope you feel the strength and vitality flowing through your body. Remember, fitness is not just a journey, it's a lifestyle. Keep practicing these core strength exercises and stability workouts regularly, and you'll continue to witness amazing transformations. Don't forget to incorporate the posture improvement exercises into your daily routine for a confident, upright posture. For more fitness and wellness coaching and more engaging workouts, stay tuned to our channel, stay motivated, stay active, and keep striving for a healthier, more active you. Until next time, keep shining bright and embracing the path of fitness and well-being. Until next time, my friends.